You know exactly how this goes, right? You pick up your phone just to check one little thing, and then boom, 30 minutes have vanished, and you're just lost in a scroll. Now, the easy thing to do is blame yourself. Say it's a lack of willpower. But it's not. It's something much, much deeper going on.
And it really all boils down to this one question, doesn't it? Why does picking up a book, or even just having a real deep conversation, feel like, well, like climbing a mountain? Meanwhile, scrolling through your phone is just effortless. It's as easy as breathing. The answer, believe it or not, has everything to do with a process that's happening inside your brain as we speak. And the culprit has a name. It's called dopamine hijacking. See, your brain's reward system is literally being rewired by these constant, super easy dopamine hits from your phone. And the result? Normal life just starts to feel less interesting. So let's get this straight. You're not really addicted to the device itself. You're addicted to the dopamine it's feeding you. All right, so let's dive in and break down what this hijacking actually looks like. We're going to get into what it's doing to your brain, your ability to focus, and maybe most importantly, your ability to find joy in the real world. Okay, so think about it like this. Every single swipe, every little ping from a notification, that's a tiny little hit of dopamine. It's a reward. And your brain, which is a fantastic pattern recognition machine, learns to associate your phone with this constant stream of rewards. And what does it do? It starts craving more and more. But here's where it gets really fascinating. Let's look at the science of the scroll. Because this isn't just some vague feeling of being distracted. Oh no, there are actual physical changes happening inside your brain. You have about 400 million of these things called dopamine neurons, and they're becoming less sensitive. It's like if you listen to music with the volume cranked up to 11 all day, eventually, normal volume starts to sound like a whisper. Your brain's dopamine receptors get so overwhelmed that they basically start to shut down. This means you need more and more stimulation just to feel, well, normal. And get this, the average person checks their phone 96 times a day. Let that sink in. That's once every 10 minutes that you're awake. You know, that's not really living, is it? It's constantly interrupting your life for these tiny dopamine hits. And the cost of each of those tiny interruptions is just staggering. Research shows it takes over 23 minutes to get your focus back after just one little distraction. Now, you multiply that by 96 checks a day. I mean, it's no wonder that deep work or just quiet, focused thought feels completely impossible. This really lays it all out, doesn't it? On one side, you've got dopamine from real life, things like a good conversation, reading a book, going for a walk. It's like a slow, steady drip, healthy, sustainable. And on the other side, you got the phone. That's not a drip, that's a fire hose, a flood. It's what scientists call a supernormal stimulus. With its bright colors, that endless scroll, the constant pings, your brain's dopamine baseline just gets set so ridiculously high that of course normal life can't compete. And this is the result. A conversation feels boring. A book feels impossible. Work feels unbearable. I mean, doesn't that just hit the nail on the head? When your brain is always comparing the subtle rewards of everyday life to the nonstop party on your phone, everything else just feels dull. But, and this is a big but, here's the good news. This is fixable. Okay, time to shift gears, because your brain is plastic, which is just a fancy way of saying it can be rewired. We can change it, and that's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to walk through a practical 7-step plan to reclaim your focus and, yeah, fix your brain. Now, this isn't about throwing your phone in the ocean and becoming a digital monk. It's about taking back control. So here's the roadmap. First, we've got the 24-hour reset. Then we'll talk about friction barriers. After that, it's all about replacing the pattern. We'll get into scheduled phone time, why that first hour of the day is so crucial, a little trick called grayscale mode, and finally, tracking and cutting your usage. So let's get right to it with the first and maybe the most powerful step. Step 1, the 24-hour reset. We're talking a full 24 hours once a week. And listen, I don't mean just putting it on airplane mode, no. I mean putting it away, like really away, in the trunk of your car. Give it to a friend, somewhere you physically can't get to it. This one, it's non-negotiable. It's the foundation. And look, you gotta be ready for a bit of a journey here. The first 4 hours, they're gonna feel like withdrawal, because that's literally what's happening. You'll feel anxious, restless, you'll reach for your pocket. But if you can just push through that, something incredible happens around hour 8. It's like a shift.
your brain starts looking for dopamine somewhere else. And all of a sudden, that conversation you're having is actually interesting. By hour 24, you forced your brain to hit the reset button to recalibrate its baseline.
All right, step 2. We're going to add some friction. Your phone is brilliantly designed for zero friction access. It's effortless. That's what makes it so addictive. So our goal is to fight back by intentionally adding small barriers. Just little things that give your rational brain that split second it needs to jump in and ask, hey, do I really need to do this right now?
And here are some super simple but incredibly effective ways to do that. First, delete the social media apps. Just using the browser, which is clunkier, can slash your usage. Next, when you're working, move your phone to another room, out of sight, out of mind. At night, put it in a drawer. Don't let it be the last thing you see and the first thing you touch. And finally, turn off every single notification that isn't from an actual human being. You don't need to know that an app updated. Step 3 is about replacing the pattern. See, you don't really break habits, you have to replace them. Right now, your brain has this super highway of a neural pathway that goes, feeling bored? Check phone. What we need to do is build a new road, a competing pathway. And the easiest way to do this? Put a physical book right where you normally keep your phone. So when your hand automatically makes that reach, you grab the book instead. You're literally rerouting the impulse. Okay, step 4, scheduled phone time. Because let's be real, total prohibition just doesn't work for most of us. So instead, you schedule it. You're the boss. Give yourself, say, 3 20-minute sessions a day, morning, midday, evening. The amazing thing is, when your brain knows it can get its fix at noon, that frantic urge you feel at 10 a.m. just loses its power. This isn't about deprivation, it's about discipline. You're training your brain to wait for a reward. Now, step 5 is a big one. This one is absolutely crucial. No phone for the first hour after you wake up. Seriously. That first hour of your day sets your entire dopamine baseline for everything that comes after. If the first thing you do is get a massive artificial spike from your phone, the rest of your day is going to feel flat and boring by comparison. Let your brain wake up naturally with real-world stuff. Sunlight, a little movement, a good breakfast.
Step 6. Okay, this is a simple but, shockingly effective trick. Switch your phone to grayscale mode. You see, all those bright, flashy colors, especially that bright red on the notification badges, that's dopamine bait. It's literally designed by engineers to grab your attention. When you take away the color, you take away a huge part of its addictive pull. And the data on this is pretty wild. Just by flipping that one switch to grayscale, people can reduce their phone time by an average of 40%. The screen just becomes a boring tool again, instead of an exciting toy.
And finally, step 7, track your usage and then cut it in half. You have to know your numbers. Go into your phone settings and check your screen time right now. Whatever that number is, your goal is to cut it in half over the next 30 days. But don't try to do it all at once. Just aim to shave off maybe 15 minutes a week. This slow, gradual reduction lets your dopamine system adapt gently without triggering a full-on rebellion.
So that's the plan. You put in the work, you stay consistent. So what's the payoff? What can you actually expect as you start reclaiming your brain from your phone? Look, week 1 is going to be tough. No doubt about it. It's going to take real willpower. But if you stick with it, by week 4, you'll feel a genuine shift. You'll notice you can focus for longer, and that constant twitchy reach for your phone starts to fade. And then, by week 6, that's where the real magic happens. Your mood starts to stabilize because you're not riding that crazy dopamine roller coaster all day. And those real-life conversations, they start to feel rich and engaging again. You're not just getting your focus back. You are getting your life back. So let's end with this. Your phone is a tool. It's supposed to work for you. But right now, for so many of us, we're the tool. We're working for it, serving the algorithms. It's time to flip that script.